Hello and welcome to... Okay, my iPad just fell. Great. Hello and welcome to Professor Layton and the Curious Village, the first game in the Professor Layton series. The hint that I dropped for this LP at the end of my Investigations 2 series was I said that I was a bit late on getting to this series, so, you know, very subtle and all that. But here we are. This is one of the many games that people have requested me to play. From what I can tell, it's a puzzle-solving game, so, you know, that's automatically right up my alley. So I should, in theory, like this, so we're playing the mobile version. We're just gonna give it a shot and see how this goes. Please wait a moment. Okay, we're done waiting a moment. Let's just begin a brand new game. Please enter your name. Okay, let's see how this goes. I didn't want to hit the back button. Okay, I assumed, silly me, I assumed that there would be a confirm button in the bottom right-hand corner, but no. Okay, here we go. Now we can get started. Choose a data file, record your progress. I choose the first slave slot because why not? Prologue. Here we go. The default settings are for video playback and portrait orientation. Why? Touch the screen during an animated scene to display playback option buttons. Touch the button to toggle between portrait and landscape mode to skip a scene. Okay.
Professor, that's everything packed. Oh, is that all you're bringing with you?
A gentleman must try to travel light where possible, Luke.
Oh, and a gentleman's assistant must be prepared for any eventuality.
Well, you're certainly that. So then, let's get going.
For a second, I thought I was supposed to be doing something there, because the car was just... I'm supposed to be reading. I didn't realize it was going to stay there.
What we saw that day in the village became a secret we would have to keep from everyone for the rest of our lives. Because, you see...
I thought I'd be able to progress the text, but no, we just automatically skip past it.
Stunned, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
Luke, my boy, do you really think I would take on such an ordinary request as that? Oh no, this is an altogether unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity. But I suppose it would be best to explain the case before we arrive at our destination.
I'm honestly kind of glad that these characters are voice acted because I'd like to take a little bit of a break from going with over-the-top voices for all the characters. I did that with with Investigations 2, so I'm happy to see that that this game's actually going to have, you know, the characters will be speaking for me, because that's the thing with Zero Escape is that outside of investigation or outside of puzzle solving sections, the characters talk, so I don't have to do the voices for them. So it's nice to, it'll be nice to just relax and enjoy the story and solve some puzzles for a change.
2 months ago, Baron Augustus Reinhold passed away. Shortly after his death, his will was disclosed. The contents of it were fascinating, to say the least. The Reinhold family treasure, the golden apple, is hidden somewhere within this village. To whomever successfully locates this treasure, I offer the whole of my estate. Naturally, those who attended the reading of the will immediately set out in search of the golden apple, but in the end, everybody came back empty-handed. It turns out that no one had even heard of such a treasure existing, until it's mentioned in the will.
Wow, some puzzle, all right.
Quite. Augustus Reinhold staked his entire fortune just to create one more puzzle before his death. What a perplexing individual. I wish I could have met him while he was still alive.
It certainly sounds like you two would have gotten along, Professor. By the way, just what is this golden apple anyhow?
Some speculated so, but Luke, I can't shake the feeling that this matter is linked to some larger mystery. Something huge.
Ah, is that your famous intuition acting up again, Professor?
Well, our first step is getting to town.
This is all so exciting. I hope St. Mystere is ready for the famous archaeologist and puzzle-solving detective, Professor Layton.
They're always archaeologists. I feel like every time an archaeologist is portrayed in any form of storytelling ever, they're never actually doing archaeologist things. They're always either setting off after the lost Ark of the Covenant, or searching after the golden apple.
Oh, Luke, you know as well as I do that I am no detective. Augustus Reinhold's wife, Lady Dahlia, has asked me to investigate the situation. It seems she came across my name by chance when reading an article about me in the papers.
And you immediately decided to take her up on her request, huh?
Oh, well, Luke, a true gentleman never refuses the request of a beautiful lady.
If you say so, Professor.
We should be nearing the town by now. Look at the map in the envelope and help me with directions.
You got it. What in the... What's this?
Lady Dahlia seems to have given us a test. We'll need to decipher this map in order to find the village. She wants to see if we're capable of cracking the mystery surrounding the Reinhold fortune. Care to give it a go, Luke?
I'll do my best. A puzzle like this should be a snap for the apprentice of the great Professor Layton.
I'm getting a very Poirot / Dr. Hastings chemistry kind of camaraderie thing here between Layton and Luke, so I approve so far.
Very well then, Luke. I'll leave this one to you. Think of it as a warm-up for things to come.
Puzzle number 1. Where's the town? This puzzle is worth 10 out of 10 pick-a-rats. Okay. Ooh. I've heard this music somewhere before. In some YouTube video, I know for a fact I have heard this music before. This specific music... Oh, now it's gonna drive me insane. I know I've heard this before. Some random YouTuber has definitely used this in their videos before. It's gonna drive me insane until I figure it out. Okay, fine. So, puzzle 1, 10 pick-a-rats, hint coins 10. My village is on a road that leads to no other village. I look forward to seeing you there. Draw a circle around the right village to submit. Okay, ooh, I like this. Okay, so some good old-fashioned brain teasers, like word, like I like this. So this, big fan of. I don't know if you could guess for me, but I'm a big fan of puzzles and brain teasers and things like that. So, all right, here we go. So you're on a road that leads to no other village. So I just need to find the road that doesn't lead anywhere. Okay. So I touch the screen. Oh. Go to puzzle. Draw a continuous line and circles the village. Once you circle the selection, tap submit. Okay. Go to puzzle. There. So can I draw random lines then? Okay, good. Please redraw your circle. Okay, so I can just sketch randomly. Good. Okay, so let's trace. So we'll just trace a line from every single village. So this village leads here. That's no good. And so we can cross out these two. That's no good. This one leads to this village, so it can't be these two, which means it has to be this one, right? Yeah, it goes nowhere. Okay, so this one. That's not a continuous. Okay, fine. Redrawing redrawing circle. Make it continuous. Oh, I have to submit. Duh. Okay. Correct. Pick-a-rats earned. Okay, we got 10. Cool. Alright, that was pretty easy, but you know, it's the first puzzle of the game, so I would have assumed as such. That's correct. The only town that isn't connected by roads to another town is the one in the upper left area of the map. Looks like you're all ready to start solving puzzles. Okay, I like this. This is good.
There we go. Now we should be able to make our way to the village.
Again, very simple, but it's also the first puzzle of the game, so I'm excited to see how this goes. Okay, here we go.
Right you are. We should see it on the horizon any moment now.
Huh? Professor, do you mean to say you already figured out the town's location?
I'm afraid I couldn't help myself. A basic puzzle like that is easy enough to solve with a glance. Anyhow, you'd best gather your things, Luke. We've arrived.
Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind, I guess I do have to do voices. This is what I get for opening my mouth to talk. Okay. So, I have to do British voices for both Layton and Luke. Interesting. It appears that this drawbridge is the entrance to the village. And we're stuck on the outside. What should we do, Professor? Oh, look over there. There's a man standing on the other side of the river. Maybe he can help us. Okay, and what is this? Oh, it's a stats screen. Puzzles solved, puzzles found. Ooh, so there's gonna be hidden puzzles? Oh, we're finding all the hidden puzzles. We're gonna find all the... I want to solve every single puzzle. If there are optional puzzles, I'm finding all of them. Total score, 10 picker rats, hint coins, 10. Time played, 13 minutes. Current location, drawbridge. We have a journal. Touching entry you like to read. Lady Dahlia's letter. A most fascinating letter found its way to me the other day. Unusual object. Okay, so this is just a summary of what we've learned so far. Good to know. Mysteries. Excuse me. Okay, so these are all just story summaries then. Puzzle index. So you can access any puzzle at any time. Good to know. Alright. Okay, so this will be all kind of pause menu kind of thing. Good to know.
Try to look like the sort to go dropping the bridge for a bunch of fancy-looking outsiders. You got a lot of nerve.
We received a letter of invitation from Lady Dahlia. I don't suppose that changes things, does it?
From Lady Dahlia? Well, then I'd sure like to lower the bridge for you, Mr. Fancy Pants, but the engine's busted, and I can only move this blasted bridge with this hand crank. There's all these infernal slots I can put the crank in, but I got no clue which one to use. So smart guy, you got any idea which one's the right one?
Oh. We already have our next puzzle. Puzzle number 2, the crank and slot. This puzzle's worth 15 picker rods, okay? There's no way to lower the bridge and get across without inserting the crank into the correct slot. Choose the slot that fits the crank shown below. Okay. So, one of these things has to match up with this. Oh, I can rotate it. Okay. Interesting. So one of these. All right. Okay. So this should be pretty easy. So it's a pentagon with a square sticking out the top left side, a rectangle sticking out the bottom left side, and a triangle sticking out the right side. Okay. So that should be very easy. Okay. So it's not the one on the right because that's a hexagon. So it's either the first one or the second one. And it can't be the second one because the second one has the triangle up on top, so it's this one.
That should do it. Critical thinking is the key to success.
Alright, so they definitely want to ease you into the puzzles with some pretty easy ones, but I'm sure it'll get harder later, don't worry. Rotate the crank and its silhouette shown here in orange becomes the mirror image of the slot displayed. Nice job! Now, nice job. Now drop that bridge.
That'll do it. Hold on a second, I'll let her down. I'm gonna say it again, I just don't feel right about letting outsiders into St. Mystere. But if you're Lady Dahlia's guest, I guess I'd better. At least give her my regards, you hear?
Puzzle 2, the crank and slot is now in your puzzle index.
Yes, we finally arrived in St. Mystere. I'm so excited. I wonder what mysteries await us here. Haha, well, Luke, we'll find out soon enough. Just be careful not to let your excitement cloud your ability to analyze your surroundings. I say, Luke, this is the perfect time to explain how to move around during investigation.
Start touching that shoe icon in the lower right corner of the screen. After you do this, a set of arrows will appear on the screen. Tap one to head in that direction. Okay?
So remember, when you want to move, just tap the shoe. Go on then, give it a try.
So we tap the shoe and then we go any direction we want. Okay, so I guess we'll go straight on for now.
Hey now, don't run off yet. I've got something you should hear first.
Okay, and what might that be?
What a dandy set of fellows you two are. Must be new to St. Mystere, eh? My name's Stachin Scarfin, and I got some advice for you. You'll tap that barrel back there. Don't ask questions, just do it.
Oh, okay, why? What's in the barrel? You found a hint coin.
Felt good, didn't it? Around these parts, that's what's called a hint coin. When you find yourself up against a doozy of a puzzle, you'll want a hint. Trust me on this one, fellows. And it's just those times when you'll want to use a hint coin to purchase a hint. I bet you think puzzles will be a breeze now.
I mean, yeah, so those first two were unbelievably easy, but I know it's gonna get harder, so yes and no.
Think again. There are a limited number of hint coins in this world, so don't go wasting coins on any old riddles. Because if you do, when you come across a real snuffer, you'll be sorry. Real sorry. Mind you, hint coins will always be stuffed inside barrels. Check any objects that seem suspicious. I got something special now, just for you. More Statue and Scarf wisdom to share. Investigate this sign on that building over there.
Let me guess, there's another hint coin. You found a puzzle-solving charm. And what does a charm do?
Haha, that's a puzzle-solving charm you just found. Come on, we all know you were expecting something original from this remake.
So that's clearly a joke for people who played the original DS version and are now playing this version. But that joke means nothing to me because this is my first time playing a Professor Layton game, so
Give us a new version of a certain charm, don't you think?
But I'm happy to see that this game is going to be very self-aware because definitely a fan of that type of humor.
Now, you're probably thinking these charms sound like fun, aren't you? Take care. Haha, you were expecting me to say something like that, weren't you? Don't worry, I'm just pulling your leg this time. Charms are safe. How do you use charms? Well now, that would be telling. They do have use, believe you me, but it's up to you to find it. So until we meet again.
So we don't know what charms do? Complete charm chest completion. Pick a charm. Okay. Puzzle points obtained. So we just get puzzle points from getting them. Alright. Good to know. I know I don't want to know. Okay, so that takes me back to the title. Alright, it's the close button right down there. Okay. So that's good to know. Do I have to talk to you as well before I move on?
Oh, hello. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to St. Mystere, where our local export is the puzzle. Oh, before I forget, you should know that every time you solve a puzzle, you earn a set number of pickerats. The more pickerats a puzzle's worth, the tougher the puzzle will be. They say lovely things happen when you gather enough pickerats. Imagine that, a reward for solving puzzles. For practice, try this little riddle that your hat reminded me of. Think good and hard before you answer.
So is this an optional puzzle then? Like could I have gone straight past you and not have to solve this? Maybe. Okay, so puzzle number 3, strange hats. The puzzle's worth 10 out of 10 pickerats. Alright, well so it's not gonna be as hard as the last one, although I say that as if the last one was particularly challenging. Alright, these 4 top hats are all the same height, but the length of each brim is different. In other words, the hats are all equally tall, but vary in width. One of these 4 hats has a brim and height that are the same low. Oh no, that requires me to have spatial awareness. Oh god, okay, well, I can tell immediately that it's not this one, because the length is far greater than the height. I can use my fingers to check this actually. And then the one above it, B, isn't it either, because that's too short. But A and C look almost identical. Okay, I'm just gonna use my fingers to measure it. So, if I take this and turn it like that. Okay, so it doesn't. So C's a little bit too long. So I'm gonna try A.
That should do it.
Is that it? We got it. Okay. That reminded me of like I had a magic set when I was a kid. And there was one of the tricks was that you had these 2 little slips of paper, and when you put one on top of the other, the one on top would always look shorter than the one on bottom. Because they were actually the same length, but your eyes were tricked into thinking they were 2 different lengths, and it was a cool little trick you could do. That's what that reminded me of, because, like, perceiving vertical height and horizontal length differently really messes with your brain on that. Okay, that's cool. That's right. This is a very famous optical illusion. Optical illusion is a visual phenomenon where your eyes perceive different things differently than they actually are. There are dozens of known optical illusions. What's the world coming to when you can't even trust your own eyes?
Oh, bravo! I think you got the hang of this. If you try your options one by one, you'll eventually find the answer. But you'll also encounter lots of puzzles that can't be solved by trying all the answers. If you answer incorrectly, the pickerats you can earn from a puzzle decrease. Tough stuff, It goes to show you how important it is to think for yourself and find the answer on your own. Well then, best of luck to you. I'll be rooting for you two.
Puzzle 3, strange hats is now in your puzzle index. I mean, I literally don't think I could have solved that any way other than individually, like, using my fingers, because I don't have the ability to to scan them, like, to measure them with my eyes. I had to use my fingers to use it as a judgment as to which one, how the length and heights were. Okay, so can we go forward now?
I've been thinking, Professor, shouldn't we be keeping a record of our investigation? You've brought up a very good point, Luke. Let me explain how to go about saving your game.
First, okay, so we already went over this. Yep, we found this already, don't worry. We already found the save button. Notes about our adventure. Puzzle index, yep, alright. Puzzles you solved, check mark next to the puzzles you've seen but haven't solved are blank. You can retry any puzzles you solved from this screen. To retry puzzles you haven't solved, then you must return to the actual side of the puzzle.
Don't be afraid to use the items in the trunk to help our investigation. It'll be second nature soon enough. Enough explanation for now. Let's make our way to Reinhold Manor. An arrow marks our path on the map, so all we need to do is head in the correct direction. Lead the way, Professor!
Okay, so we just gotta go to the right and then straight on till morning. Oh, I guess that's the prologue done. Okay, so that is the prologue of Professor Layton, Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I really like this so far. That was really short, but also really, really fun. I love brain teasers and puzzles like that, so I can't wait to keep playing. This is awesome so far. Okay, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for next episode. Catch you all tomorrow for some more Professor Layton and the Curious Village. Goodbye.